Thank you for clarifying all of those questions with such detailed answers, Brother Jalal. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed at the Kaaba, and the mushriks threw filth on him. They threw the entrails of an animal on him. They threw dust on him. On one occasion, some of the companions put their foot on his head. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What was that except a public display of prayer? He repeatedly publicly displayed his prayer to the kuffar. He went to the haram and he would pray, and some people would be moved by it and they would enter into Islam. Other people would become angry, vehement, full of hatred, full of hasad, full of jealousy, and they would hate what he's doing and they would go and harm him. But those are kuffar. So I'd be very shocked to see Muslims behave in that manner and be against this prayer. That would be a shocker. Those were flat out enemies of Islam who were against that public display of prayer. Abdullah ibn Sa'eed anhu. When they were hiding in House of Al-Arqam the first few years of Islam, and they had to keep Islam a secret, their own personal Islam, out of fear of persecution, some of the companions couldn't hold it anymore. They thought, this is the truth. This is a fact. Do you understand? Try to put yourself in their place. They're trapped in a small room. You cannot preach outside. The dawah is a secret. And they thought, but why? This is the truth. We should speak it. We should say it. And they were so passionate. Abdullah ibn Sa'eed marched to the Kaaba and started reciting the Quran. Keep in mind, in the early days, the Salah hadn't even been introduced yet. So if they had the Salah, they would have done it. In fact, it was one of the companions who cried to Allah. He was at the Kaaba, saw many people worshipping idols and stuff, and he was reciting his Quran, and he thought to himself, oh Allah, if I knew how to worship you, I would. Meaning, I have more rights to you than these people who are bowing to idols. I don't know what to do. And that is when Jibreel came and taught the Prophet ﷺ 2 rak'ah as a symbol, and then we knew how to pray after this. We knew how to pray after this. Rasulullah ﷺ was taken in Mi'raj as well, and he went to the highest heaven where Allah ordained 50 times a day. And then that was reduced by 5 over and over until it was only 5 times a day. So we have 5 times a day prayer, which was delivered up in the heavens. And so the prayer is so crucially important. I'm jumping because I'm so passionately excited about the story. But Abdullah ibn Sa'eed went to the Kaaba. He couldn't contain himself. He started reciting Quran. Public display. What did they do? They beat him down until he was knocked unconscious. Other companions quickly collected him and brought him back to House of Al-Arqam, and he laid there until he finally came to. When he came to, he was reciting where he left off. And he said, let me go back. And they said, no, you can't go back. And that was kuffar attacking them, so I can't imagine Muslims doing that. This is about displaying your prayers the way the Sahaba did, the way the Prophet ﷺ did, the way they displayed it so in hopes of other people realizing, why do you hate Islam so much? Look at what we do. We bow. We prostrate. There is no religion on the planet that is as humble and correct as Islam when it comes to worshipping the All-High, the Almighty, in Salah. So we display that and we show it to our public. So think deeply on those words, my brothers and sisters, and remember their examples. And then when they decide, the Prophet ﷺ said that we're not going to keep it a secret anymore, let's go out, they locked arms. They locked arms and they marched straight to the Kaaba. And they went to a public place again. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. And those of you who watch the message, you recognize it in English. There is no God but God, and Muhammad is the messenger of God. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And that's what they did all the way to the Kaaba, where they were going to pray, where they were going to lead the prayer in a public display of Salah again. So for someone to say his bid'ah has jumped the gun or doesn't have knowledge of these things or is badly misguided. My personal mission here, I live for wanting for myself what I want for others. And I try to achieve that. I struggle with it. I want Salah established in my heart. I want Jamaat. And I want the Ummah of Allah's beloved messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam al-Mustafa. I want his Ummah to succeed. I want this for myself. And thus, JamaatTimes.com, it is a project I have embarked on to encourage myself, to encourage the prayer, the Jamaat, and the thriving of the Muslim community through Allah's mercy being His rahmah placed over us because of our unity. Because in jama'ah there is rahmah. So it is important that we unite, and the masajid be the hub of that unity to come upon, inshallah. So also my aim is to make salah easy, acceptable, loved and encouraged. This is important. Make salah easy, so you shouldn't panic, oh I need to get somewhere to pray. Pray where you are. Don't miss the time. Acceptable, don't be shy if people see you. You get accepted and eventually loved. And finally encouraged. I'm going to tell a short little story. Back when I was much younger, my teenage years, a long time ago, my friends took me to cinema in Texas, in Houston. We got there, I felt awkward. I felt really awkward. It was a massive cineplex type of place, and I felt awkward because it was in the middle of the day, and it was Asr Salah. What do you do? So I went outside the building and prayed next to the building. I said, I have to pray. So when I prayed, I sat in the corner of the building, and there's car parks, and these cars are parked facing the building. And I didn't realize, but when I finished, and I said salam to my right, there's a state car, station wagon, full of this massive Mexican family. It's about 9 people in this estate, and they're like hanging out every corner from every window, and they're all just staring at me. Because they're just in amazement. They saw this guy stand in a corner pavement and do these motions, ruku and sujud. So when I saw them staring at me, I smiled and waved, and all of them smiled and waved right back. My aim is also to have the masajid filled with all kinds of Muslims, not just practicing ones, because I feel the practicing ones have kind of failed the rest of the ummah. They've failed the non-practicing ones by alienating them, etc., making people feel uncomfortable, unwelcomed. It's important to bring everyone from all types of lifestyles together and work towards bettering each other, inshallah. My aims are to provide tools for public, both the public, like through the websites, phone applications, sat-nav software, social websites, to encourage the salah to be everything in your life. At least have everything evolving around it. My aims are also to provide the masajid with such tools as the websites and the tours and Wi-Fi, etc. The Wi-Fi tools we've got as well, which makes it easy for them so that they can become the hub of that community and connect with their constituents. My aims are for the unity, and thus jamaattimes.com is that web portal for the world. And those who share the same aims to come and create a community which can achieve exactly that. We can achieve this, inshallah. You all play a very important, vital role in making this a reality, because everyone has their importance in it. And my aims are also for unity. Unity for the ummah, and thus jamaattimes.com. It's a web portal for the whole world, and those who share the same aims to come and create a community which can achieve this, inshallah. And you all play a part in making this a reality. So drop the excuses. Hayya al-salah, hayya al-falah. Come to prayer, come to success, come to jamaattimes.com. I want everyone to come together on this portal and use it and make it a great big success. Make it something that you use as your social network. There is fasadbook.com, which we use, and we use it for good best we can. But this is the alternative. You have an alternative now being launched, so use it to your best ability, inshallah. Let it grow. Anyone out there with programming and coding skills, my message to you also is to come on board with your skills. We need more and more open source programmers who are willing to help promote this, support this project, and help the tools become more sophisticated and more advanced. Using sophisticated technology to help brothers get to the masajid, to help the communities work together, help people get over their issues and create dialogue and help people work together through their hardships. This is important. And I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of you success, and I thank you very much for your questions and your interview. Jazakumullah khair.